I'm Lorraine Sommerfeld, and this is the Lemonade Car Show. Tonight, we open the phone lines for you to ask any car-related questions. Lemonade is brought to you by OMVIC, that's Ontario's vehicle sales regulator, and we're produced by the Automobile Protection Association. The APA fights for you, the consumer, and provides information and news on all parts of the industry. Visit our website at apa.ca or reach us by phone at 416-204-1444. Joining me today is John Raymond. He's an industry consultant and APA advisor, and Chris Muir. He's now a professor at Centennial College and our mechanic. We'll be taking your calls at 800-968-7836. Professor Muir.
Oh, stop. Stop now.
I love it.
I'm so honored.
Wow.
The viewers should know you're now working at Centennial College full-time, teaching, which is awesome because you were born to do that, and I think it's great.
No.
And you're still great on the tools, so it's a really nice combo, and I'm glad you still decide to come by and help us out. But I had to razz you about professor because I just love that.
It's one of those strange things to hear. It's
you're having a real hard time with it.
A little bit, yeah.
We'll use it often, Professor.
Yes.
Stop.
There we have a really tough question. So viewers, give Professor Muir a call if you have a question tonight. Aren't I awful? I'm evil.
You're terrible, actually. Now it's going to be people I know phoning with things that...
Oh,
no, don't encourage it.
Stop the dude. Yeah,
don't
here we go.
encourage
Yeah. I just read before I came out, I was reading a thing, and I figured let's kick off here with this part of the program. AAA in the States has said even though cars we're told are going to be more reliable, the rates of calls they're getting have been jacking for people to come and calling them to come and get bailed out of help. And the reasons are kind of surprising, but I also think there's a lot of information in here that we should let viewers know. And apparently with cars in the 1 to 5 year old range, the problems are flat tires and key fobs draining batteries. Now, a lot of cars don't come with spare tires anymore. When people are buying, I'm sure you'll agree with me, John, especially people buying new cars, it's a question to ask and find out ahead of time.
And how important is that? If they're going out in the country, this is Canada, it's usually important to have a spare tire or have the appropriate tools to fix a tire on the road.
And well, this AAA was saying that inflator kits come with some cars instead of a spare tire, but people either don't want to use them, don't know how to use them, or don't feel comfortable or safe.
It's a compromise because on those kits there's a sealer in the tire, and our professor could back us up on this, and that will damage the tire. So it will get you going, but then the tire is damaged and the wheel needs significant amount of rework to clean that.
So it becomes a throwaway.
Well, the tire is definitely a throwaway. It starts to melt or vulcanize the inside of the rubber. You take it off and you can start sliming it out with your fingers. And then, as John said, cleaning the rim is another nightmare in itself. The other thing, if I have a catastrophic blowout of a tire, blowout a sidewall or something where I couldn't fix it anyways, if I don't have a spare in the car, a little bottle of slime is not going to help me out. If I've punched the sidewall or something like that, I'm dead in the water.
So I think this is where the reporting has to find the honest middle ground, which is yes, cars are, I don't want to say theoretically, because they are more reliable. There are no good old days with cars, like they are better. However, when you've got calls to assistance places going up, there's reasons for it.
Yep.
And the other one they said is, you know how you game your gas tank? Apparently people are gaming it a lot and they're running out of fuel. And this wasn't an issue as much for a long time because you got to a quarter and went, we don't know if that's a real quarter or
not
top of the tank quarter.
And they have digital things to say it's 8 kilometers to empty, but maybe it's not.
I think because we look at digital stuff and like on a microwave or whatever, you know exactly what it is, and people are treating it that way. So they're running out of fuel. So these are pretty basic problems, flat tires and running out of fuel. Like
the
these
other
are old
thing that
school.
we've seen too at the APA, and I'm speaking to our retail partners, is there's so much technology in these cars, but the owners are not doing a proper delivery, or they want the keys, they drive off, or they're not reading the owner's manual. So they're coming back and they're saying this doesn't work, when in fact, if they read the owner's manual,
it would tell them.
It would probably tell them that it was supposed to work like this.
But you got to admit, there's a lot of unnecessarily complicated things going on in a lot of cars.
Oh, yes.
Like the levels of screens to get down to put your butt warmer on and stuff like that. I want a button, that's it. I don't want to screen through. And my favorite, I was complaining about this a couple weeks ago, when you cancel a navigation route, are you sure you want to cancel this route?
Pretty sure.
I've now had to look twice at the screen.
Do you want to go somewhere else?
because I want her to be quiet. So even to mute her, you know, are you sure you want her to shut up? And it's like having your, I love my mom, but it's like having someone just name.
But simple things like ambient lighting in the cars. We used to have no light, some light. Now we have 15 different shades of light.
Yeah.
Listen, I like my frosty blue, just back off.
Yeah, but you know what's worse? When you're trying to put on the light so you can read something.
Yes.
You think you can find, it used to be you touched the light and it came on,
Oh,
right?
no. You roll the dial a little bit more and it clicks the interior lights on.
If you're lucky. And by then you've blinded the people around
And
you.
every car is different. Even within a make, sometimes one model is different than another. So, especially if you have a rear wiper.
Oh.
You
where do they put that? That's an afterthought.
You turn it on, you can't turn it off.
When I'm driving mine, I'll pull the wiper stock, like I want to spray the washers, and the rear wiper comes on.
That's what I'm talking about.
A complete mess up.
And I mean, I switch out brands all the time, so I'm supposed to be stumped. Like, that's okay. I'm supposed to not know where everything is, but on your own car.
When I was the auto dealer, we would get people to read their manuals, or we would read it to them and highlight it. And certain things like climate control, my car doesn't defrost properly. If they read the manual, went through it, they'd be amazed how quickly the car defrosts, etc.
Well, I've said 1,000 times, put your car manual in the bathroom. It's where you do a lot of your reading.
Figure out how to turn on the headlights on your car.
That's your pet peeve.
Oh my God.
I have so many pet peeves that
It's getting worse though, I think.
I'm finding that we are defaulting to letting the car do a lot of the driving, a lot of the thinking, a lot of the reminding, and we're getting dumber and dumber and dumber.
But like you said a couple weeks ago, seeing people on the auto route without rear tail lamps on.
Yeah, daytime
I mean, I saw one
lights.
last night when I was driving back, and it drove me crazy.
At least one every time I go back home from.
I will see 2 or 3
Here.
when I head home tonight.
Yep.
And again, a lot of people, viewers and readers, will say to me, well, if people are so stupid that they can't do that, they shouldn't be driving. And you know what? That's not the answer. It's not helpful.
I find a lot of them, if you drive by that car with no lights on, look inside the car that you drive by, and you'll notice the clusters lit up and the radios lit up.
Well, it's
Always.
quite bright because it's the
Very
daylight bright.
They all light up the dash.
But in the old car, if you drove your old 75 Datsun, you drive it down the road with no headlights at night, and you knew
a
it.
dark
There
dash.
was nothing in the
Yeah.
cluster. There was no backlighting.
So-
Just the clock. was
So
ticking.
here's where legislation comes in.
Yeah, the manufacturers need to be tagging in.
Or
the
they
rear
should be
lights with the daytime.
legislated to say this is a safety item.
Yeah.
You turn on your car, is assuming that you have the right voltage, all the lights come on, and you
to
don't
me,
have that
either
problem.
kill the dash,
Kill the
or
dash.
tie in the rear. And I've
Or
been
get rid of
screaming
the
at
6
manufacturers
heated
for-
seat ranges, give us 2, and give us lights that are on.
And then we
all the
circle
time.
back to unnecessary stuff in cars. And there's more stuff to break. I remember when power windows came out. That's how old I am. And my dad's like, never. No way.
Yeah.
It's like, no power windows.
That was my mom's big thing. Is I'm not buying a car with power windows. It's something else to go
break.
wrong, and it's going to be very expensive to fix it.
Yeah, and she's right. Well,
You should have
Not-
supported your career.
You know, not anymore though. A lot of the time, the manual regulator, because it's a rare piece now, is more expensive than the nice electric motor.
Yeah. No, that was my dad. We weren't allowed to have any nice things. Like, nothing. Oh no, we stuck to the seats. They were plastic and no power or anything, no air conditioning.
Corinthian leather, very nice.
Yeah, no, not even. It was plastic. They didn't even fake Corinthian leather. Like, I remember people thinking Corinthian leather was a thing because Ricardo Montalban told us it was.
That's right.
And my mother had a crush on
Cordoba.
him. Cordoba. I like Cordobas.
A lot of those old Mopars that were ugly back then are really cool
Cordoba
now.
was pretty cool. Rivieras and stuff. They were pretty cool.
Or all the interiors of the 80s and the 90s, the bright red GM interiors on
And the
that body
plush.
cars.
Plushy stuff.
Or
remember
that blue, that horrendous
Oh, yeah,
blue that
yeah.
they would come in.
Yeah,
The
I
plush
remember
toy blue?
The plush toy blue.
I don't mind some of those throwback things. I have more problems with, again, all the stuff that I don't use. At least back then, you could use all the stuff that came in a car. And now, I see why people get overwhelmed.
7-passenger Wi-Fi though, because
A lot of it doesn't get used, and then it breaks, it costs a fortune. So I don't know.
Read your owner's manual.
Read your owner's manual. The Lemonade Car Show, brought to you by OMVIC, Ontario's motor vehicle sales regulator, returns after this short break. When we come back, we'll be taking your calls, 800-968-7836.